Shirt swagadelic. Woohoo. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another tasty live. All right, welcome to dinner time with Chef Ed. Hello, people. Welcome. How you doing? All right. Let's get this show on the road, shall we? What's up? Get my cilantro. Doo-doo-doo. I wish we could play music. It's so annoying. But when you're selling, you can't play music. Hey man, if you have a personal page, you play music all day.
Really?
No one cares.
No, you can't play period.
No, if it's a personal TikTok, you can play
Really?
music. Yeah,
Oh.
people do it all the time.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You don't see people's pages with
I know. I'm just
with
already
music.
trained from Instagram where they just cut you off.
What's up, everybody? Welcome. How you doing, Yvonne? I almost hurt myself there.
Oh, you okay?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh no.
Thanks
sorry.
for asking. I was a little excited. What's up, people? What's up? It's dinner time. I wonder if dinner time, maybe we can also do dinner time where we're eating? Maybe just like,
Actually, that's.
I don't know.
We try it.
Yeah, maybe one day out of the week.
Yeah, I
One
agree.
day out of the week, maybe. Would you guys like to see me eat my food now?
Yeah. No, seriously.
That was crazy.
Not a bad idea.
Because there are all those pages where literally that's all people do. They eat. I mean, the food's delicious. So what's up, Big Stone? All right. How's everybody doing? Good evening. All right, so I'm just getting my fresh herbs ready to finish off my delicious dirty rice. Actually, no, I think I need to. My live name is Dinner with Chef Ed, but maybe it should be the food I'm making. But, I don't know. But it's dinner time, so I don't know. What's up, people? All right, let's get this garlic in the saute pan.
Oh.
You know what, guys? What's up, people? Welcome. So today, what we're doing is dinner, of course. And for dinner tonight, we're having my version of a dirty rice, right? Some of you might ask, what is a dirty rice? Some of you know. But my version of a dirty rice is it's plant-based, right? Because this is a 100% vegan channel, right? So everything on this page is plant-based, you know what I mean? So for my dirty rice, I did, of course, it's jasmine brown rice, right? For the rice itself. And then we have 3 kinds of chilies that I cooked, right? So we have chipotle, we have California, and we have, what was the last one we did? It was, what's that pepper again? I have to tell him. It is, oh yeah, and I just added smoked paprika, right? So those were the peppers. I cooked that down, and then I took a bunch of tomatoes, made a very tasty Nigerian flavored stew, right? So if anyone watching that's Nigerian, you know what stew is, right? Stew is basically a red pepper tomato sauce. So I did that. I combined it, right? So I made this really concentrated chili pepper sauce, right? But not super spicy. And then I used that to break down the rice, added my vegetable stock, which I made, right? And my vegetable stock has onions, carrots, celery, a touch of curry, lots of smoked paprika, lots of basil, fresh thyme, bay leaves, all that delicious stuff. So the broth is very flavorful, very packed with flavor, pureed everything, right? And used that to cook the rice. And then as the rice was cooking, I added coconut milk to it, right? So let me show you what this rice looks like. I'm telling you, it's a situation. All right. I haven't opened it since I cooked it, right? So let's see. Of course, there's water. So anytime I cook my rice, I always put parchment paper on top because I like to get my rice really steamed. All right. And I'll tell you the secret to cooking really amazing rice is once your rice comes to a boil, you turn it down immediately, you cover it, and you let it steam on the very lowest of lows. What that does, instead of your rice boiling very rapidly, it cooks nice and slowly, so the starches do what they're supposed to do, and you end up with this beautiful, loose, nice rice. All right? And the other thing is I'm Caribbean, so I love cooking with spicy stuff. So as you can see, there's a whole Scotch bonnet pepper in here. You see how it's nice and deflated because all the juices came out of it. I also put a half in there as well. So there's lots of heat in here. So I'm gonna put that to the side. Now, this is my dirty rice. Look at that, right? Whew. Nice, right? And you see how loose it is? So this is from you steaming the rice nice and slow, right? My glasses are getting foggy. All right, so once it's done, you give it just a little bit and you just give it a little stir like that. The whole idea is so you're basically fluffing the rice at this point, right? So we're gonna put this back on the burner just for a second, right? And in there is peas, there's carrots, there's string beans. I even actually did some pumpkin in there as well. Because, you know, when you're plant-based, it's all about infusing flavor, creating really nice combinations of flavors that just go really well together. So that's basically my dirty rice, all right? Seasoned with, you know, like I said, bay leaves, lots of thyme, lots of garlic, onions, really flavorful, salt and pepper, a little bit of mushroom soy just to give it that dark color, all right? A little bit of Maggi, vegetable Maggi, and then, of course, we have some delicious bok choy, right, that we're gonna just add to the side, right? So that's what the garlic is for that I put into the saute pan, right? So with the garlic, you basically want to get it nice and golden, not too crazy, all right? Nice and golden. Thanks for the love, thanks for the love. All right, so once it's starting to get brown, this is the secret. Like bok choy, I don't like overcooked vegetables. So once I know the garlic is ready, I want to have my sauce ready as well, right? Super important because it's very quick. You don't want to overcook it and hammer your vegetables because then it's like, you know, we're making baby food and we're not trying to do that. We're not trying to make baby food. So let me get my delicious Asian sauce, right? In here, let me put this to the side. So the way to do this really easy and do it well or efficiently is have your sauce mixed and ready to go, right? So what I have in here is a combination of vegetarian oyster sauce, mushroom sauce, soy sauce, sweet chili, and sesame oil, and then fresh ginger juice. That's all mixed together, and that's what we have in here, all right? So super flavorful and just ready to go. So you don't need a lot of it. So what I'm gonna do is, since my garlic is ready, right, I'm gonna pour some, I'm gonna crank up the heat. I'm gonna pour a little into my oil, right? And then I'm gonna bring this up. Once that bubbles up and it gets nice and thick, then we just add our bok choy. The bok choy will be cooking like 30 seconds, right? So with the bok choy, I like to do some leaves, like just kind of separated, and then I leave the hearts like this by themselves because they're nice and small. Because you could basically eat bok choy raw if you wanted to, so it doesn't need a lot of cooking, right? So once you have separated like this, like I said, once you put them into the oil and the sauce, in a couple seconds they're ready to go and you don't have to worry about it, right? So cooking is all about really understanding the food that you're cooking and what's the best way to extract all that flavor from it, all right? If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask, all right? It's why I'm here. I also have an amazing PDF in my bio that will guide you if you're looking to be more plant-based, if you need help to be more plant-based. It's a complete guide. There's dishes in there. There's all kinds of food you can eat from different cultures. It just walks you through how to really be plant-based and how to do it successfully. So make sure you check that out whenever you leave this live, all right? So see, this is what we're looking for. It's bubbling up real nice. So we want to basically, we're kind of caramelizing the ginger, the garlic, all that good stuff. And then we're going to just kind of toss this in, right? So, see? You hear that sizzle? Woo! I love that. And then we give it a toss, right? One came out there. So you want to toss it because you want to pretty much coat the bok choy. This way, 30 seconds to a minute, everything is good. Let me get my sesame seeds. Super important. So the whole idea, especially when you're doing Asian flavored food and stuff like that, you have to have the right ingredients to make it tasty, right? So your sesame seeds, you know, your soy sauce, your ginger, those kind of flavors, they all just work really, really well. All right. All right. So bok choy, I'm gonna hit it with just a touch of salt. And then we're gonna go in with some fresh cracked black pepper. Super, super important. Give this one more toss. And we're done. See the bok choy? It's still holding on. And that's the whole idea, right? The chilies again in my nostrils. But yeah, you don't need to overcook it. You don't need to hammer it. Like, once you have everything ready, and that's the other thing about making your food and just being successful at it, right? Is the idea of having everything ready, which is called mise en place, right? Once you have your mise en place, you have everything where it needs to be, then it's super easy to create really delicious food, right? We love avocado in my house. So we always have avocado for dinner, for breakfast, lunch, right? It doesn't matter. Now, don't do this at home if you haven't done it before, because you can like slice open the palm of your hands, all right? I've been cooking for almost 30 years. So, you know, I've done this for a while. So, you know, once you know the pressure and how much to, you know, how hard to press down, you're able to do that with ease. All right. So just be careful if you are trying this at home. All right. You want to be careful. Okay. Especially if you have a super sharp knife. Okay. Avocado is ready. It's time to serve dinner, people. So every night I come on here and I do my dinner. So you can just get ideas of things that you can have for dinner, right? That are 100% vegan, that are 100% plant-based, all right? Because like the shirt says, it's plant-based, everything that we do here. So yeah, join me Monday to Sunday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, every day of the week. You're going to find really cool dishes. There might be a repeat somewhere in the middle, you know, depending on how much food I make one day, but please believe it's going to be something tasty, completely vegan, and just looks really good. Yesterday we did an amazing breaded cauliflower with bang bang sauce, and we did a Asian noodle stir fry. So, you know, if you can tell, like I love Asian food. Like I went to Asia, Thailand, Japan, you know, China. Like I've trained with a master dim sum chef. So Asian food is like kind of my specialty, at least one of them anyway. So a lot of the things I will do will be Asian influence in some form or another. But yeah, you know, we dibble and dabble with Spanish food, Italian. My wife's African, so we do a lot of vegan Nigerian food as well, which is delicious. All right, so let me show you what my dirty rice looks like. All right, for those of you who just joined, this is the dirty rice situation here. So you see there's corn in here, there's pumpkin, there is red peppers, we have string beans, we have English peas. You can see these massive bay leaves that are in here. Now, these bay leaves are not local. These bay leaves actually come from St. Lucia. So I was in St. Lucia not too long ago, and I got a shipment of bay leaves. Like I got them fresh from the farm, and I shipped them home. That's how crazy I am about bay leaves, because they're actually really good for you, and they make your food really tasty, right? So if you can get your hands on really fresh bay leaves, I highly suggest that you go for it, because please believe it's delicious. All right, let me serve up this food real quick. Okay, we got our pot. Let me bring this back over here. I'll serve one real quickly so you just kind of see what we're doing. And then, yeah, I'll let you go so you can do your thing, right? Sounds delicious. So we have our rice down, all right? And the other thing about, cooking, plating, and eating and all that good stuff is like, you want to make sure that you're presenting your food in a way that, looks visually appealing and appetizing to everyone, right? So I have my cilantro that I cut that we're going to just kind of sprinkle on top just like that, right? Because that just brings out real nice flavor. And then, of course, we're going to finish with the bok choy and the avocado. Let me get a spoon. All right. So bok choy down. And then we're going to go with our avocado. Avocado is so good for you. Tons of healthy fats. Just like overall amazing. Right? Put this to the side. And then our sesame seeds. Right? Sesame seeds right over the bok choy and the avocado. And boom. Dinner served. Right? So we have veggies, tons of veggies in the rice. We got our avocado. And yeah, let me get a spoon or a fork. So make sure you join me tomorrow where we're going to be making something even more delicious. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but it's going to be 100% plant-based. So you can bet on that. All right, people. Remember, in my bio, there's an amazing free guide. Actually, 2 things you get in there. It's completely free, and it will really help you on this journey of being more plant-based. So, and if you have any questions, just send me a message. Like, I love to share, I love to help. And basically, this is my job, to help people be more plant-based and to do it successfully. All right, I'm a chef, I'm a dad, I'm a business owner, and I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a product developer, I'm a consulting chef, all of those things, but it's all about food. So I'll catch you later, everybody. Peace and love. Alrighty. Thanks for joining. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the hearts. Thanks for the likes. Thanks for all that good stuff. Yes. All right. We did it. Good job, people.